All right. Hey, we are Lovecraft Cocktails. It's me, Pooch, my wife over there, Star. You can't hear her because she's got no mic, obviously, but she'll get here soon enough. And we're doing our 167th episode of this crazy little show that we do every Thursday? No, every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern or thereabouts. And we started doing this during the quarantine and kind of have enjoyed it, so we keep going and keep doing it. We usually start with a toast, and we're going to go ahead and do that this week. This week is devoted to prep time. And what do I mean by prep time? It means we've got a party coming up and in a week, and I have not decided what's on the menu yet. And like all good tiki folks, I really like a variety of tiki drinks. And so I always go way overboard with my menus. And so I'm trying to be good and narrow it down a little bit, but I don't know how successful we'll be. Most of the time our menu
have a mic.
Did it turn it on?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Most of the time our menus have eight cocktails on them somewhere.
Are you going to do 6?
That seems like a lot, and it has been a lot in the past, although people have enjoyed them and we've done a lot of them. It does make, when you do that many cocktails though for a party, even if you batch them ahead of time or partially batch them ahead of time, it makes it very hard to gauge exactly what amounts you need of them, because, well, you never know which drink is going to be a hit, and so you have drinks where you're like, oh, I needed apricots to do this drink, and then nobody likes the apricot drink, and so you're left with a ton of apricot juice or whatever. So I'm going to try to maybe get it down to 6, which is bad because already we've identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drinks that are maybes for the menu. So so that's a little problematic. We haven't toasted yet.
No.
And we need something.
Have rum?
We don't. Do we have rum? Yes, of course we have rum. Do we have rum to toast with that I want to toast with this evening? No, I don't. I didn't pull anything for that. You want to grab one of the you want to talk to the people?
Yes, I will talk to the people. I'll explain why.
My dear Star is injured.
I am. As some of you may remember, I had some leg, hip, back issues last year. My left side, now my right side is acting funky. Unfortunately in some of the same ways, but I have an appointment on Wednesday. I am not going through the 5 different doctors on my way to the spine clinic. I am going to the spine clinic on Wednesday. Do you want to move the camera over a little bit? Because we're on a third of the screen and not. I know, I'm big.
Do you want this way?
Yeah. We're going to move the camera. Ooh, that's better.
Okay. You sure?
Yep.
All right. We can
Okay.
get that like that.
There we go.
There you go.
So I am taking care of myself. I have a call into the PT.
We're
I have
pros
a
at
massage
this.
on Tuesday, and I have an appointment with the spine people. Hopefully.
Spine people.
Yes. Hopefully they'll
Spine.
make things better. Last time it was an injection, and that worked miracles. So we'll see. But that's why I'm not getting up and down as much.
She be hobbling.
I be hobbling.
Scoot over. If we're going to toast, we need toasting glasses.
We need toasting glasses, yes.
We do.
I'm sorry.
So we're going to reach under here. We're going to grab a tasting glass. There's a tasting glass. Is there another tasting glass in there? There certainly is.
We have no studio audience tonight.
Yeah, it's been weird. Last couple of weeks, we've had a bunch of people for studio audience, and I don't now.
Right?
So I'm not
Even our temporary roommate is out on a date.
Woohoo!
She's on a second date.
We are using Cotton and Reed tasting glasses. We are not drinking a Cotton and Reed rum. We love Cotton and Reed. We're not drinking Cotton and Reed tonight.
We did not get the emu rum.
No, they did an emu rum, like flavored with emu meat or
Yeah.
something. It was weird. Well, it wasn't. We don't know.
We don't know. We
It
didn't go.
sounded weird.
Yeah.
We didn't do it. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to drink some single cask rum from Jamaica. This is the Jamaican Wedderburn, and it is distilled at Clarendon Distillery. It's a independently bottled from Holmes K. Holmes K is an independent bottler. They don't distill their own stuff. They go around the world, they find things that they like, and they bottle them, and they sell them to us.
Yes.
And we buy them because
Yes.
they're really
And
good.
we got to taste a bunch at Green Zone.
Yes, this guy is aged 10 years in ex-bourbon casks because, why not? It is a little hot. It's 59% alcohol, so this is going to be a bright and cheery Jamaican rum. We're gonna give this a try. This is not the first test from this bottle, obviously. So
it does
the bottle
smell pretty hot.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it smells delightful. It
It
smells
does.
like a Jamaican rum. It smells
does.
like Jamaican rum really ought to smell. What is that? What is that smell? It's Jamaican rum. I mean, there's an oiliness to the smell. There's definitely the whole rotting fruit.
Okay. Smells a little like poppers, but you wouldn't know that smell.
I don't know that smell. I don't even know what you're talking about, woman.
Okay. I was a teen in the 70s.
So again, a
Oh,
trick.
that is yummy.
One trick to dealing with sort of higher octane spirits of any sort. Take an initial sip. Kind of get your tongue used to the fact that this is going to be some pretty serious alcohol. Don't count on that sip to give you like your real taste profiles. Come back in a moment and then do another sip. And your tongue, your mouth is just sort of more acclimatized to it.
There's some allspice dram spice tastes in there. Like kind of those baking spices. There's
I definitely get like a brown sugar. Not really a caramel or a butterscotch. Oh, a little butterscotch.
little butterscotch.
Yeah.
A little, almost a nutmeggy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Undertone?
I can see that. There's definitely the wood comes through on the finish. You do have that tannin, oaky, but not chewing on a stick kind of thing yet. That's really tasty rum. Very glad that we picked that up, along with a couple of other Holmes K's. We did a tasting of Holmes K rum at the Green Zone in Washington, D.C. If you have not been to the Green Zone and you are a fan of rum, you absolutely should go. If you haven't been to the Green Zone and you're a fan of good cocktails, you should go. If you haven't been to the Green Zone and you're a fan of Middle Eastern food and people that dared to take Middle Eastern flavors and smash them together with tiki and go, I wonder how this will work out, you should go. And if you've been to Green Zone, I don't need to tell you you should go because I know you're going to go back. And if you do, say hi to Chris for us.
Hey, we have some comments.
We have comments already.
We
Oh
have
my goodness.
Greg.
Yep. Greg.
Food star in the cats. Good luck. Yeah.
What about Beauregard or an Aloysius? No hellos for them? I mean, come on. Oh,
Tasting is similar. 3 sips. First is the palate cleanser. Second is prepping your tongue. And third is the tasting.
prepping your tongue. Prepping your tongue.
Elizabeth says, so good. I love the Green Zone.
It's also kind of like tasting hot wings because the first one is to figure out just how much pain you're in for. The second one is to acclimatize your tongue to the fact that it's going to be burning. And the third one is actually for flavor. That's how it works, right, with hot wings. Okay, so our first drink is on the potential menu for the party, and unfortunately, this is a drink that does not have necessarily a set recipe. But Star has liked these in the past, and as a consequence from places that she has got them.
Susie Hazlow says, hello, Aloysius. You're my favorite.
Aloysius. And this drink is called the Rum Runner. And so the story goes with the Rum Runner, a small bar found itself having a bunch of things on the back
Looks
bar
like my mic is working now.
that they had not used in quite a while. And so they just put them out on the counter and asked the patrons to sort of serve themselves and come up with something that might be a workable cocktail. And so what emerged from that is a cocktail that uses lime juice. Okay, that's fine. Blackberry brandy or black raspberry brandy. And that's what we got here. We have, this is probably, if this is the true story of how this cocktail got made, my guess is that they probably used something like Arrow brand raspberry liqueur or blackberry liqueur. Creme de banana, and we are going to go higher end. We're going to go with the Tempest Fugit Creme de banana, and this is far and away better than what they would have had just kicking around on that bar in the 70s. Grenadine. So we have some grenadine. We have some actual hibiscus syrup here. And then it calls for 151, or at least that's what this one recipe calls for. Another recipe calls for light rum, Navy strength rum, banana liqueur, blackberry liqueur, pineapple juice, lime juice, and grenadine. Okay, so they're similar, but suddenly the addition of the pineapple juice and that sort of thing. I'm going to assume that because my wife liked it so much each time she has had it, that she has had varieties of the Rum Runner that have had pineapple juice in them.
Probably.
I would very much like to get rid of large portions of this black raspberry liqueur that I have. So we're going to go with the one that has the pineapple and the black raspberry and some banana in it, rather than the one that's on my board. Maybe have a little water. There we go. 1.5 ounces of lime juice. Let's try that. Here we go. We're going to go 3/4 of an ounce right there, and then 3/4 of an ounce, because 3/4 and 3/4 is 6/4, which is 1.5 ounces. Right? Is that how much lime juice it says? No. No, I should not go off of that recipe. Not that recipe, this recipe. So we're going to put this back. Do this again. Rewind. Okay, there we go. 1 ounce of lime juice. How's that? 1 ounce lime juice. Half ounce of grenadine. Actually, in lieu of the grenadine, we are going to use hibiscus syrup because I just happen to have some lying right here. And so we're going to go 1/2 ounce of the hibiscus syrup, and this should give it a brighter, more vibrant red color than you will get from the grenadine. This should actually be closer in color to what the original drink might have been, because the original drink no doubt was made with Rose's grenadine, and Rose's grenadine is, well, about that color, and it is like, it's just corn syrup. This
Very,
is
very sweet.
very, very sweet. This is actually closer to actual grenadine than that grenadine would have been, even though this isn't grenadine. Grenadine is a pomegranate syrup. This is hibiscus syrup. Should be tart and bright and closer in color to what we want. Okay, what else? We need 2 ounces of pineapple juice. 2 ounces of pineapple juice. 2 ounces pineapple juice. And yes, for the party, we're going to use fresh squeezed, but for tonight, we're not. There you go. We need 1/2 ounce of some sort of blackberry liqueur, and I'm going to kick this up just a notch. We are actually not using blackberry liqueur, we're using black raspberry liqueur, so a little different. I'm going to go with 1/2 ounce of that, just like it calls for. This will deepen the redness of the cocktail, like so. But we're also going to, at the very end, we're going to add a little raspberry puree to this and give it a little color and kick it up Just a notch. Just a notch, shall we say. All right, what else we got? We got the pineapple juice. We got the blackberry liqueur. We need an ounce of banana liqueur. Tempest Fugit. If you have not had Tempest Fugit products, you absolutely should. They do a brilliant job at these sorts of things. This is so banana-y. It's just incredibly good. We're going to go full ounce, right? Double checking. Full ounce banana liqueur. Just like that. In we go. Next up, we need some rum. And this calls for a Navy strength rum and an ounce of light rum. All right, so how are we going to do that? Well, I think the easy thing to do here is to just reach for something like the Plantation OFTD and just do a single rum with this. This is a rum blend. It's slightly overproof, and I think it's just going to do the job. There's no reason why we should add a second light rum to this when the light rums are already blended in here. This is a blend, Jamaican, Guyana, Barbados, yeah, those three. And it comes in at 69%, so it's a pretty stiff little pour, and they want 2 ounces of that. So we're going to go ahead and just use the OFTD. Doop, doop, doop. Right there. There's 2 ounces. Fair enough. Put this back. I also happen to have enough OFTD that I know that I can do this for the party, so I don't have to worry about other things. Okay, so apparently somebody's laughing out loud.
He added raspberry puree, the kind you find in the grocery store.
Yeah, well, I haven't added it yet, but yes, I'm going to add some raspberry puree. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put some ice in here. This is a blender tin, by the way, so that should cue you in that we're going to do this in the blender. So I'm going to put some ice in here, and then I'm going to pour the puree over the top, because if I put the puree in right now, it'll sink to the bottom, and it won't mix in quite the way I want it to, so let's do that. We're going to do a full scoop. We're going to do a couple of cubes, 2-3 quote-unquote agitator cubes. And then a second scoop of the pebble ice, like so. Ta-da. Thank you to my wife, who, despite her injury, went to the back room and got me ice. And now we're going to use the raspberry puree. That's so sad. Okay, we're just going to eyeball that. Just there you go. There's some raspberry puree. And you'll note that was actually a little longer than a normal blend. So normally, if I'm using the spindle blender, I'm going to do a flash blend. So this is about 5 seconds. It's just to aerate it and mix stuff up. Here, I want to actually beat up some of the ice and make it a little on the slushier side. So that's kind of what we're doing here. All right, somewhere in here, I have these goblets from Inuele, and I like those. So maybe I'll do one of those, or, oh, no. This drink actually calls for a broken glass. Oh, no. Oh, and I can't replace this. Oh, no. This is the Pickman's Cove. Oh, these guys are, oh, they're precious. And I was like, what is that line? Oh, no.
Oh.
Oof. Okay, what about the other one? I have a spare, different colors. I have the Shores of Carcosa version of it. Okay, now I'm just like mighty, mighty sad. Okay, we're going to pour in. Just like that. Here's our little Rum Runner. Let that sit for a moment. We need a straw for that. What do we need? We need a straw. Oh, we could do that too. So we got these. So this is What is this? This is just a decoration. That's all it is. It's a decoration.
Swizzle.
You're not gonna swizzle with this. So it lights up.
I mean, it's like to hang off the edge of glass.
Right.
Like a swizzle stick.
Right. And so this just like goes into the cocktail just like that. Right. And then hangs off the side. And we need a straw for this. And we're gonna reach in over here and we're gonna grab ourselves one of these. So this is a glass straw, looks like a piece of bamboo. If you've been watching at all on this show, you know where we got this. We got from Surfside Sips. We love Surfside Sips. You should too. And if you would like straws from Surfside Sips, they make fine glass straws and other sorts of things. And they're brilliant, and you can get a discount on them by using our promo code, which is Lovecraft, Lovecraft. And here we have what is, or should be, a Rum Runner. Probably would be good to garnish this with some palm fronds, maybe a little mint, or a cherry, but I'm not going to at the moment. If you used a little more crushed ice, or if you filled the glass with crushed ice and then strained it into there, you could then pour some of the raspberry puree over it, and that would be quite pretty. We're going to give this a drink.
I'll be there in a moment.
If I want any more of that, I should probably have it soon. And this drink is right up Star's alley. She's going to love this, I have no doubt. And there's just no question in my mind that she's going to like this cocktail. So I'm going to actually pour the remains of that into a small glass for myself. Hobble, hobble.
Hobble, hobble.
She should be walking a little better by the end of the episode. I'm just saying, she may not be feeling quite as much pain at the end of this. Look at this, isn't this cute? It's got like a little Yoda head hanging off of it.
It's a little Grogu head, because this is a Mandalorian.
Oh, okay, it's not like a stormtrooper with... Yeah, okay.
Mandalorian face.
There you go. See what I know.
You're right, you're not getting any more of that drink.
Yeah, she loves that drink. Okay, so that's one we could actually do, and that would give us a chance to get rid of some of the banana liqueur and the raspberry puree and the raspberry liqueur. So that would be quite cool. There you go. I can't really focus on it. It's having a hard time. There we go. We're all good. There you are. So that's a Rum Runner. This is the Rum Runner recipe from liqueur.com or liquor.com. And because it has the pineapple juice in it, I'm pretty certain that this one is going to be a bigger hit than the non-pineapple version of the Rum Runner. And so I think if we decide to do a Rum Runner for the party, that's probably going to be it. I could, if folks were interested, do the other Rum Runner recipe and we could compare them. But the other Rum Runner recipe also has some bizarre measurements in it, and so this recipe is actually far easier to do. So unless I'm like really pressed for time, or pressed as in like have lots of time left over, I'll probably just skip on and do something else. It's flotsam or jetsam. It's just flotsam. There is a technical difference between flotsam and jetsam, and I knew this at one time and I have forgotten. I believe it has to do with how it came off the boat.
Oh, okay.
I think, but I don't remember for sure. I don't remember.
Amanda says, use me as a vote for the raspberry rum runner.
Okay. Well, that seems like it's workable. Next thing that I thought we would do is, this is just a play on a couple of other recipes, and I'm not really sure what to make of this, whether or not it'll actually work out. So it has no name, and I am largely just playing around with ingredients here. So let's do that and see what that turns out like in its just first incarnation. And then we'll go on and try something else if that fails utterly. Once again, we're going to blend this cocktail, and it starts out with 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. All of our cocktails this evening are going to be using lime juice only as the sour component because, well, This is the some extent of the rest of the citrus that I have in the house is one lemon. So it's all lime juice tonight. All lime juice all the time. Okay, what does this thing call for? It calls for 3/4 of an ounce of lime, which is good because it's what I got. There we go. And it calls for a 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup. And in this case, we are using the homemade spiced syrup. Now, my homemade spice syrup does have cinnamon in it, but it also has allspice and cardamom and nutmeg and star anise and cloves and just a whole bunch of other things in it. And I like the way this blend works, so I use this anytime a recipe calls for anything that is remotely like cinnamon syrup. So I can also use this in a pinch if something were to call for cardamom syrup, which the other day I had a coffee that had cardamom syrup in it, and it was quite tasty. If you're not a big cardamom fan, though, then obviously you don't want to put cardamom in your coffee. This cardamom can be pretty overpowering, so just be careful with that. I don't actually have
new chocolate and coffee shop
called Lily's on King Street in Old Town Alexandria. Yeah, there used to be a little clothing consignment shop there, and now it's a chocolate kind of donut-y place that also serves yummy coffees. So there you go. We want a 1/2 ounce of some form of pomegranate liqueur, and I just so happen to have some pomegranate liqueur right here. I actually use a dab of the pomegranate liqueur when I'm making my homemade grenadine. My homemade grenadine is essentially a standard grenadine in that it is pomegranate syrup with a little pomegranate molasses added to it. It is lengthened with hibiscus syrup to get the coloration a little better. And then I just kick in a little bit of the pomegranate liqueur just because I think it brings it all together and gives the homemade grenadine a slightly different flavor profile than what others might be used to. So 1/2 ounce of the pomegranate liqueur. Right there. Ta-da! But we're not done with the tartness for this cocktail. We're going to go with another liqueur, and this one is passion fruit liqueur. Now, you can use this in a pinch to substitute for passion fruit syrup, or not passion fruit puree, but a passion fruit syrup, maybe add a little additional sugar to it. But I quite like the Passola. There are other brands out there that do similar jobs with the passion fruit and a liqueur. We're going to go a 1/2 ounce of the Passola. This is, again, very, very red. See, you can see the redness of it. Maybe you can't see the redness of it. It's very red. I'll just put it that way. It's very red. Which means that's pretty red in there. Okay, what else we got? We have 1.5 ounces of rum. And I'm playing around. I haven't really decided what the rum profile for this should be. So one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm just going to swirl this around a little bit. And then I'm going to reach down here and take a tasting glass, aka shot glass, pour a little bit in here and see what we got. Well, it smells lovely, but it smells very passion fruity. Oh, that's a pretty tart. Oh, really tasty though. Oh. What do I want to do with the rum for that? I got 1.5 ounces. I think I need some backbone for this. I need something that's got some punch to it, but I don't want it to overpower the drink. So what I think I'm going to do is just go with like a 1/2 ounce of something like the Ray and Nephew White Overproof, and then a full ounce of something lighter and more mellow, like, say, the Angostura 1919. So let's give this a shot. We're going to go a full ounce here. There's 1 ounce. And that's going to go back on the bar. Angostura 1919, very clean, very clear rum, column stilled, quite tasty. I quite like it because it's really easy to get and relatively cheap. And Bacardi's okay, but I like the more expensive Bacardis. So if I want a cheaper, I should go with the Angostura 1919. By the way, the Angostura 1824, love that rum. So good, so good. It's just Star and I. We're gonna put that back. There you go. And then I'm gonna have some Rum Runner because I can. When I'm not mixing drinks for 6, I actually have a little time to kind of mellow out and have some cocktails while I'm mixing drinks. So there you go. I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed in that. It's a little too sweet for my tastes, but you got to cater to what your clientele wants. Okay. So there we go. We need some bitters in here is what we need. And I just, what should I do for bitters here? I hate to pull on my 1821 stock of tart cherry and saffron just because, I got into a rut and that's what I was pulling on all the time. So I want something different than that. I don't want the mole bitters. Oh, there's the burlesque bitters. Spicy little tart, sure to tantalize your taste buds. The one and only burlesque bitters. Well, hold on. What's in this melange of hibiscus, acai, long pepper? Maybe. Or should I just go with the tiki bitters? I think I just go with the tiki bitters.
Oh, and I do want to point out the music.
Yes.
The music is Los Straitjackets.
Yeah, the Los Straitjackets are going to be playing, or at least one of the incarnations of Los Straitjackets is going to be playing at the Birchmere tomorrow evening, and we are headed off to that. That means that there's a dinner at work, too, tomorrow, doesn't it?
No, that's the new...
Oh, that's right. No, that is not the night that I... So, right, we've already been through this on the scheduling that I don't...
Oh, we have a name for the drink.
We have a name for this drink? This drink, right here? This one?
The one with no name.
The one with no name.
Is a drink has no name.
A drink has no name. A drink with no name? The faceless drink. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did previously. We are going to do a scoop. Then we're going to add 2 or 3 agitator cubes. Agitators. Right? And then we're going to do another scoop. Okay. And then we're going to zip this under here. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. How's that? Hey, since last we met, I've been talking a little bit about the Tour de France. Mark Cavendish crashed out, unfortunately, so his quest for the 35th win and taking over the sole first place of the number of stage wins of the Tour came to a screeching halt. His team, Astana, has already offered him a spot on the team for next year, which is just kind of way cool. Whether or not he takes it, different thing. He's got to rehab from a broken collarbone and make some decisions about, his life in that regard. But, just kind of a classy move on the part of the team. So what does this look like? Okay, so it's a kind of a pinky brown cocktail. All right. That's interesting. Let me stick a straw in here and give this a taste. Big old long... No, I don't need a straw that long. Dude, what are you thinking? Here, we're just going to go with one of these. All right, I'll do that. I think that's going to be too tart for Star. And there's some weirdness going on. I mean, I like... oh, wait. There's some complexity there. Okay. Maybe this needs a little more complex rum than the Angostura 1919. Those are some interesting flavors there, though. Ooh. All right. Well, let's see what we got in here. We have some tiki mugs down here. That's Orchids of Hawaii. We got these guys. We got the blue Hawaii sort of Mr. Bali kind of guys right here. Do that. Yeah, that worked fine. Yeah, we have cocktail mugs like all over the place here. So
But they're all on this level.
all of our cocktail mugs are now on this level. Yes, we had a set of them on the banister, not the banister, on the barrister bookcase that was on the landing, and we have taken those and we have now moved them down here. And of course, the rest of the mugs are sitting in the new Whitco furniture that we have here, which was, if you missed it last week, tough. They look really nice. Star, you need a straw? You want me to?
I can take a sip out of yours.
No, we got, what's this? We're just going to do that. There you go. I've got this one. And,
Oh, you made two.
I made one, but I split it amongst two mugs here. I wanted to show off the mugs, right? So here we go. Yep. So these are kind of mugs. These are nothing terribly fancy. They're just kind of cool, run-of-the-mill mugs. And restaurants would be using, a lot of these. And so, we're gonna try and make use of a little more of the tiki mugs on the party. So here you go. Here's to being my little tart.
Wow, that is tart. That's good.
Yep.
Wow. There's all kinds of taste in that.
Yeah, but I think
It's
the rum though needs to come up a little bit.
yeah, I think you need a heftier rum.
Yep. I'm not sure I
Or
want
not heftier, but a flavor.
to flip more flavor. Flavor.
So you know that just after the Pop Rocks pops and you have the taste all over your mouth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it does that.
There is a little bit of a candy
Yeah.
to this, which is kind of weird. This may be a little too much, but
I'll
we'll
let
see.
you try it first. Very dangerous. You go first.
Yes, it's very dangerous. Anyone see the new indie movie? We haven't. The Indiana Jones movie.
I think Charity and Phil saw it, and they really liked it.
All right, let's give this a try. I think you got to be careful there.
Okay, I'm just gonna have it how
You
it
should,
is.
you should taste.
Taste this?
Yeah.
I will pick up some glass safe glue tomorrow and at least make it very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
151, very dangerous, yes. You want some?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You won't. I mean, technically you can use it, but I would then move it to the display only case.
Yep. So we had those bugs in the display only case, and I moved them down here to use them.
Behind the bar.
And,
They are very fragile. They're very thin hurricane glass.
Yeah, so the other one needs to go to, once we clean it, needs to go to the, we'll just put them in the display case.
Yeah.
Back room somewhere and see if we can get another one to replace that, because I'm really pouty.
Well, we'll see how it repairs.
Yeah. How's that? I brought it down a little bit. I did a 1/4 ounce here, which
That's
is
good.
probably a little much. And then for her, I brought that even down, just even further. That's a Lemon Heart 151. It's a Demerara rum. It's 151 proof, so 75.5%. It's pretty strong, but it has some really, really wonderful
Amanda's all
flavor.
about the song lyrics tonight. I want candy.
I want candy. Who was that? I want to say Bow Wow Wow, but that's probably not it. Anyway, well, that is tart. Good. There's something else there.
Wow, wow. You are correct.
Maybe a little, this is odd, but maybe some orange juice would be a good addition to this to help pull things together just a tad. That seems like a right call for this cocktail. Okay, so this is the unnamed cocktail. I like all of the components of it except for the rum balance. So there needs to be something else with the rum. The Wray and Nephew was not the right call. There's something about the Wray and Nephew that's there, but not prominent enough. So, I mean, it could just be that I need to balance out the the difference between the 1919 and the Wray and Nephew a little more. But no, that the addition of the Demerara was really nice. So we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do there. I could easily do sort of the standard, what I consider sort of the standard trio, which is an overproof Demerara, and then a Jamaican, and then some other rum, like a column still Spanish style rum to round out the other third of that, and just go half ounce, half ounce, half ounce. We could see whether or not that would work. But that's experimentation. Not sure. So maybe if I have some time this week to work on it, but there's plenty of stuff we need to do around here to get the place ready for the party. So I don't know if that's going to happen. So the unnamed cocktail may not, or the cocktail with no name, may not make it onto the menu. We'll see. But that combination, though, of the Passoa and the pomegranate liqueur, that worked nicely for just really being sort of mouth-puckeringly tart. I like that. All right, that puts us. Wow, time has flown by. We actually need to get moving if we're going to make the last drink. And the last drink, once again, there's no real set recipe for this drink other than the standard sort of 1 sweet, 1 sour, 2 sweet, 3 strong, and 4 weak, which we're going to do a punch. We're going to do a Planter's Punch. And we're going to pull the recipe from Smuggler's Cove and do a Planter's Punch a la Smuggler's Cove. Once again, these are all blender drinks this evening. Not blender as in the frozen sense, but just blendery blender drinks. So we're going to start with lime juice once again. I could actually flip this around and start with the syrups, which would probably be the right thing to do. So we need a 3/4 ounce of a Demerara, or in this case, a spiced Demerara syrup. Yes, I make my spiced syrup with Demerara sugar, and we're going to go with 3/4 of an ounce there. Oop, not quite. 3/4, right there. There you go. Nice and thick. I'm going to try and clear most of this out of the jigger, and so that's why I usually try to do the sweet component first and then toss the sour component in on top of it, because it will help clear out the mess that's in there. So full ounce lime juice. Right there, full ounce lime juice. Big shout out to my high school chemistry teacher that taught me how to measure liquids. Bet you didn't think I'd put it, actually you probably did think I would put it to this use, come to think of it. 1/4 ounce allspice dram. You have a number of choices when it comes to allspice dram. There are many out on the market. Cotton and Reed makes one, that's what we're using here. St. Elizabeth's is another one that comes out of Barbados. There are 2 or 3 others that we have seen. We've even had people make allspice dram and bring it here, so use what you want. I'm just going to reach for the Cotton and Reed allspice dram for no good reason other than I want to. And be very, very careful with allspice dram in that it can just totally take over a cocktail. It is also exceptionally good over vanilla ice cream, or like cookie dough ice cream or something like that. We're going to go...
Or on pancakes.
Pancakes, yeah. Actually, I'll mix this with some maple syrup and put it over pancakes. Quite tasty. The recipe calls for a 1/4 ounce. This is strong enough, I'm going to go with a scant 1/4 ounce. So I'm going to put that in there. And then, and then, we need some rum. We need 3 ounces of rum, and we are going to go with the Holy Trinity. So we're going to go with some Lemon Heart, the 151 Demerara. We are going to go with the Smith & Cross Jamaican rum, also overproof. And then I want something that isn't overproof for this cocktail. All right, So let's see. We're going to do, what did I say? It was 3 ounces of rum, so 1 ounce each, right? Yep, Smith & Cross. There's a little bit of funky Smith & Cross. And then we're going to do an ounce of the lemon heart. Just like that. And then I need 1 more ounce of something that is not really innocuous, but you know, isn't going to hurt anybody. Just kind of lengthening this out. And we're going to go with the Angostura 1919 for that. I think the Ango 1919 will get a little lost, but I'm really not looking for it to add a whole lot in the flavor profile here. We need just a little more alcohol to help balance out the other pieces of the Planter's Punch. And again, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 cocktail. And kind of, it doesn't really, the measurements don't really work here because 1 sour would imply 2 sweet. We don't have 2 ounces of sweet in this. We have about 1 ounce, but the Demerara syrup is a 2 to 1, so maybe closer, I don't know. 3 ounces of strong, that's the drum that we just put in there. The 4 is going to come from weak component, and that's going to be water and ice. And usually there is a spice component to that. And we're just going to go ahead and go with the Bitterman's Tiki Bitters. And I'm going to go with the 3 dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4? 4. Let's go with 4. There we go. 4 of those dashes of Bitterman's Tiki Bitters. Right there. There we go. Tiki Bitters. Whoop. Ta-da. Love these guys. They're quite tasty. Then we're going to add some ice. And I actually took this down. They want 12 ounces of crushed ice in here. Which, yeah, we're not getting there. Unless I go to the back room and get more ice, but I'm not going to. So we're going to go there. And then I'm just going to add some agitator cubes like that. Stick that in there. I'm going to swirl this around. There we go. We have a Planter's Punch that has been confirmed sighting. Right there. How'd we do on this guy? Oh, brilliant. That. Now that's a cocktail. Oh. Oh. Mmm. No, I'm not going to use my Hewlett-Packard mug. I need a mug. What do I want for a mug, hon? Mai Tai glass? I could do a Mai Tai glass. Alright, we're just going to go with a Mai Tai glass. As long as I'm drinking out of the Shores of Carcosa goblet, or the Hurricane glass, why don't we use the... Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, no. Here it is. Ta-da! This is the Carcosa Mai Tai glass. Alright, and then this is just going to go... Actually, I'm going to reach over. I'm going to grab a Hawthorne. And this is largely an open pour. Because what I want to do is try and keep the agitator cubes out, but otherwise I want the rest of this yummy stuff. Well, that's pretty good. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Ta-da! We have cocktail. All right. We need a pick I'm gonna reach in here and grab this pick. Their picks are jammed in here. Wow. Okay. So we have this gorgeous little metal pick here. And we're gonna use this guy. Yeah, little tiki guy right there. He's gonna go in here so you can stir that up like such. Yep. And I want an actual pick that I can put something on. What's in here? I don't want to use a boring pick. I want to use a cool pick. Not that pick. So we'll go here. We'll use this. One of those. That's a star pick here. We'll just use one of these. This is from Dizzy Diva. This is just an example of her little gem bauble. We love Dizzy Diva too. Yes, we love Dizzy Diva. We love Surfside Sips. We love Matt Petrick. We love cocktails. Should we just leave it at that? We like liquor stores. We really like Peninsula Premium Cherries. So that's going to go in there. I would actually garnish this probably with a sprig of mint, maybe even an half orange wheel or something along those lines. I want a small straw in here. So here we go. This is again Surfside Sips, glass straw, not looking like bamboo, short, so they come in different sizes. And there we go. Planter's Punch. Yum, yum, yum. To quote a friend, that's amazeballs. That is so yummy. Oh. That's good. That's good. Star may not get any of this. Oh, she'll get a taste.
Quote Roy Kent.
Yeah, we've, so Star said we're quoting Roy Kent, and we've actually taken to using Roy Kent as a replacement word for saying the F word around here. So if you've watched it all, Ted Lasso, you know what we're talking about. So I'm going to have a little more of this. You're going to try that?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Oh yeah, that's really good. That's really
And
good.
I have been very good.
Have you?
I have been
In what
good.
way have you been good?
I have been good in not going
Flips her hair back. I've been
beyond
so good.
beyond my ability,
Uh-huh.
because sometimes I have to admit that I'm injured.
Uh-huh.
I have an assistant coming Wednesday to help you put up tiki decorations.
Oh.
Miss
Okay.
Elizabeth, and our
Ah.
audience is
Is going to come
going to
and
come
help.
and help put up tiki decorations, because climbing up a ladder and standing on chairs is not something I should be doing right now, or even spotting you doing that.
Okay, so we're going to risk Elizabeth's life once again as she comes over and has to deal with manipulation of, I won't say machinery, tools while I'm around. Because I keep trying to injure her every time that happens.
Oh, right.
Heck, I almost injured her with a Lego the other day, so, you know, it's not intentional. Anyway, there we go. We have it. We are done. We've done the Rum Runner, which Star quite liked. We did some sort of unnamed thing that I'm working on, which will not be ready in time for the Tiki Party. It's almost there, but I think the judicious addition of some orange juice and maybe some changing the rums around would get us there. But I may not have time to do that. This is a Planter's Punch. That's freaking tasty. We may just have to do that. We may just have to add that. We'll put this out on a spreadsheet, and we'll see whether or not we've got flavor profiles covered and that sort of thing. And different drinks between sort of the savory baking spice and the light and or fruity and and all of that. And then see if we can't put that together in a 6 to 8 cocktail regime. There will probably also be a couple of rum tasting flights, because, yeah, that happens around here. Anyway, there we go. This is episode 167. This is, once again, Party Prep. I'm Pooch Pacucci. Our sign-off is, the end is nigh, because, well, once we start with the sign off, it means that the end actually is coming soon. So the end of is nigh seems appropriate. I'm doing the thing again. Have you noticed that? Doing a lot more of the I need to stop doing the Maybe that's what we'll call the unnamed drink. I need to start doing the How about that? Stop doing the Start doing? Stop doing? We need to not do the Anyway, we are done. We've successfully used black raspberry liqueur, and we have successfully had puns based upon raspberry puree. So I'm going to call this a successful evening and hide off in a corner with my Planter's Punch, which is all kinds of tasty. And we will talk to you sometime next week when we will do Party Aftermath. And we'll see what remains of both us, the downstairs bar, our friends, and how many of us have made appointments with our liver doctors after this. So talk to you all later. See you next week. I may not be entirely conscious, but it'll happen. Talk to you later. Signing off, drinking while we're signing.